Hello, my name is Tamzyn and I am a registered dietitian. I would like to tell you a little bit about why optimizing your vitamin D levels could be helpful to help your immune system fight the coronavirus. So, studies have noticed that people with lower vitamin D levels are more likely to get upper respiratory tract infections, which can end up in pneumonia, similar to what the coronavirus causes, particularly in the winter months. And now in the southern hemisphere, that becomes really pertinent as we move on into winter, because vitamin D is the sunshine vitamin. It is made primarily by getting sufficient sunlight in the midday kind of sun between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. And you need to get about 20 minutes on your face, neck, chest, and arms in order to produce enough vitamin D to support your optimal health. And if you aren't getting that amount, then your immune system can become compromised, which is what happens in the winter months, particularly with increasing darkness of skin. The darker your skin, the less vitamin D your skin is able to make in response to sunlight. So moving on into the winter months in the southern hemisphere, we need to be particularly vigilant about ensuring that everyone is getting optimal vitamin D, and you can't really get enough from the diet. So sunlight is really important. If you can't get sunlight, then supplementation is something that you need to consider. The most recent international recommendations for vitamin D3 for those people not getting that amount of sunlight would be 2,000 IUs per day. In South Africa, which is where we are based at the Nutrition Network, we're not allowed to be taking more than 1,000 IUs of vitamin D3 per day without a script. So that would be something that you would want to look into, getting at least 1,000 IUs of vitamin D3 per day via supplementation if you are not getting 20 minutes of midday sun during the summer months. Winter months, you may need to get more than that to get the amount of vitamin D required to optimize your immune system function. So why is vitamin D3 so important for immune system function? Let's take a closer look at what it does. Firstly, vitamin D3 activates antimicrobial peptides, or AMPs. AMPs include defensin and various other AMPs, but defensin specifically, it actually blocks viral infection, and it does this via three ways. It acts directly on the virus, like capsid on the virus itself. It also acts on the effector cell, the cell that the virus wants to infiltrate, and it also inhibits the fusion of viruses to the effector cells. So it's really, really effective at actually having direct antiviral effects, indirect antiviral effects via these antimicrobial peptides. It also regulates specific cytokines, which are particles involved in fighting invading pathogens. And these cytokines sometimes get they get out of proportion. You get too many of them, and then your body kind of overdoes inflammation, which is the gung-ho kind of stupid immune response. It's important to call the rest of the immune system to the site of infiltration or of damage, but too much inflammation is really, really not good, and it can actually damage your body, kind of like crossfire, or a giant bomb might damage the infiltrating army, but it's also going to damage your own city. It's the same kind of thing. So you want to keep inflammation under check, and cytokines, vitamin D is really good at kind of controlling that response by controlling cytokines during an infection, thereby reducing peripheral damage, basically. Vitamin D metabolites have also been reported to induce other innate antimicrobial effector mechanisms, including inducing autophagy, which is the body's way of getting rid of and recycling dead cells, which might become cancerous or defective cells, but also those those cells that have been infiltrated by bacteria. And also vitamin D metabolites also affect the synthesis of reactive nitrogen intermediates and reactive oxygen species, which are basically free radicals that are important to during the initial battle, during fighting, with the more stupid immune cells, to help them gobble up and fight the invading pathogens. But excessive free radicals or reactive oxygen species can damage the body as well, thereby reducing the body's health and effectiveness at fighting in the long run. So vitamin D is really good at kind of mitigating the peripheral damage in that way as well. So in summary, vitamin D, you want to be getting 20 minutes of sunshine in between 10 and 4 in the summer months, or more than that in the winter months, or supplementing with vitamin D3 in order to ensure that you have sufficient vitamin D to make these antiviral peptides, as well as to prevent peripheral damage caused by the more stupid parts of your immune system, if you want to call them that, or the innate immune system.